Today, I'm going to take you through the process that a deal representative or an opportunity representative goes through when they first receive an email from a fund that they're looking to receive an investment from. The fund will send out an email from their implementation, their instance of deal pipeline, which will invite the deal representative, and deal reps can be, company founders or people who work at a company. They could be bankers who are representing a deal. You could be a partner at another investment fund, say a real estate investment fund that's looking for investment from the family office or fund. But either way, you represent an investment opportunity, and you've been asked to answer some questions and put some details on your opportunity into the fund's instance of deal pipeline so they can evaluate it. So when you get the email, you'll click on the link and you'll be asked to provide a strong password. So you set up a strong password, and then once you've set up the password, you'll be able to log into the fund's instance of deal pipeline. Your username is the email address that you receive the email at, and of course the password will be a strong password. And then you'll be able to log in. And when you do log in, you'll be brought to a screen that looks like this, which is basically a blank user screen. The email address will be filled in, obviously, because it'll be the email address you logged in. In here, you can put in your name. Uh, um, your role will be a representative. You're a deal representative here. The email I said will be filled in. Of course, you can put in your phone number. You can put in the website of your deal, your company, or your fund, or your investment opportunity, whatever it is. The website can go in here, where you work. Here you can put in your LinkedIn URL, and there's a spot here for you to put any comments about yourself, and then just update the details. So update the fund on who you are as you're representing a deal to them. And then once you've done that and updated your details, you can go here to the word deals, which is the screen you'll want to be looking at. And you can come in and you can see, you click there, it's blank, which means you don't have a deal yet. And this is the screen from when you could start the process of entering your deal to the fund. The way you start the process is you select new deal. I have a new deal, and you'll get a pop-up like this. And this screen, you'll be asked to fill in, some sort of a name and one-word name for your deal for easy reference. So usually that's just the short company name or the short fund name. My deal name, whatever you like in there. It's just one word in there. Then you put in the full name. So that's where you would put in, my company, Inc., whatever, the full name that goes with your company or your fund or your real estate opportunity or whatever it is, but that's where the full name goes. And then the last section you fill out is what type of deal is this? And if you're not sure what sort of deal we're dealing with, let's say, you can click on any one of these and it'll provide you with a description. So if we click here on, I think it's a venture capital deal, we have no revenue, we're looking for investment, early stage seed investment or something. You click there and you can see there's a description that'll come up for you here of what exactly are the definition the fund's expecting for a venture capital deal. If you fit that, then you can click add deal. If it's not right for you, then you can go back, click here again and say, no, that's not quite what we are. We're something else. And then you can sit here and see if you can figure out exactly what sort of deal is a good description, for for you. Let's say we're a growth equity deal. We have fund, we have some revenue. We're looking for an investment, a series B or C or A investment round or something. Click there and it'll tell you what the deal is. And if you fit the description, click add deal. And then once you've done that, now your deal will appear. The company name will be here. And the first stage you're at is what's called the non-disclosure agreement or pre-NDA stage. And the status is currently requiring answers and owners there. So you've now created a deal in the system. Then you can double click here on the name, or you can choose edit and it'll bring you to this screen. And what this screen is telling you is you're at the pre-non-disclosure agreement stage. Answers required. There's a total of 86 questions and 65 are mandatory or the fund expects you to answer. You could just submit the deal without answering them all. But these are questions they're going to want you to answer. The other thing you can do here as an opportunity rep is you can click on contributors here and you can invite other people to this instance of deal pipeline, the fund's instance, to help you answer the questions. And so you don't have to do it on your own. You can get other people in your company or your fund to help you answer some of these questions just by clicking on invite there and giving the email, your partner or colleague's email address. And then when you get in, once you get to this point, the next thing you do is go ahead and start answering the questions. So you can double click here on the pre-NDA and the questions will start to appear for you here. And as you can see, these are all questions you should be very comfortable answering without a non-disclosure agreement. Like it's, what's your name? What's the URL? How much money are you looking for? Or what's the minimum investment size or whatever it is? What sort of valuation? In this case, it's a growth equity deal. So, and all the questions are listed here, so you can quickly jump to a question and jump back. And you also notice a lot of the questions have a little red asterisk. That means these are questions that the fund really wants you to answer. They're considering, mandatory questions. There are other questions like this one here, age of the company. It doesn't have it. You don't have to answer that, but they want you to answer it. If at any time you're not sure what the fund is looking for in an answer, you can always just click here on the help, little help there, and up will come some sort of help for the question that'll tell you, exactly what the fund is looking for in your answer, so you could put it in there, just so you can get it done. And so as you go through and answer the questions, one of the quickest and easiest ways for you to get started answering the questions would be to go ahead and you can either upload here or in this case, answer the question pitch book or prospectus that you'll see down here, but you can upload, and I'm just going to go to the pitch book question, and I am going to upload a file. And what I'm going to do here is I'm literally going to upload the pitch deck for my company right here into the deal. So it's just a drag and drop, and you can just click on upload files. That will upload the pitch deck. So I've effectively answered that question. But now when we check the data room, you'll see the file, the pitch deck is there as well. And once you've uploaded the pitch deck like that, what you can then choose to do is, before I go ahead and try and answer all these questions, how about I get the AI to look at just click here on AI answer, go ahead, read the pitch deck, and then have the AI not only read the pitch deck, then go ahead and try and use the pitch deck that I've loaded to answer as many questions as you possibly can for me based on my pitch deck. Okay, and so this, if the answer to the question is in the pitch deck, the AI will do its very best to answer the questions. Different AI engines do better and worse, so I encourage you to try this a couple of times. Click here and you can look at all the different, we have a number of AI models loaded for you here. You can pick another one and let it have a go after and try a few. In my experience, the full models, the professional models, OpenAI GPT-5 and Google Pro and these sort of things, the Anthropic one, the big models tend to do better. But all the models will go ahead and attempt to produce you an answer based on your pitch deck. And in fact, this one's already come back, and you can see it's figured out what the URL opportunity is and how much money you're looking for. So it's attempted to answer as many of the questions as it possibly can for you to save time, and you can go ahead and use that feature. Once it's done that, then you'll have to go ahead and check all the answers, and the questions it didn't answer, you'd have to answer for it, and even the answers that it did give, for example, an answer here, you'll still have to check because it may get them right, it may get them wrong, but at the very least, it saves you a whole lot of time and work as much as it can. Now, when you're ready, you can then click, and if you click here, you can go back to that summary screen. You see there's still 47 questions remaining, so that model didn't do as well as we'd hoped, but got about half the questions solved for you. The other half you'll have to do, but some of the other models do a lot better. But when you're ready, you can either click submit now and just send in here's what I got, or in which case you've submitted your deal in 2 minutes, or you can go back and go ahead and complete all these other questions by hand. Just click in here and type in, whatever you want and sort of save it. And that's how you submit all the questions. You'll see I clicked on this one, the number of questions remaining goes down. And eventually when you get it done and you get all of the questions, with asterisks here, all of these answered, then the submit deal will turn green, and then you can submit the deal when you're ready, and you click on that, submit the deal, and then it goes to the fund for evaluation for you. Now, during the evaluation process, some of the investors at the fund may have questions, or they want follow-ups or clarifications to any of your answers, in which case they will click a button for more info, and you'll get a notice here saying there's a question with more info. That's when more info has been requested. You'll be able to see it here under the more info. The question itself will be there. You can click on next more info and it'll go to the question for you, so you don't have to hunt around for it. And then you can put in your answer to the more information request and use a back and forth to get clarifications as required in order to evaluate your deal. So that's the process that you will go through. Here's how many questions required. Here's how many you have remaining. Click submit when you're ready to go. And that's how you put a deal into the system. And as I said, when you click here, you'll be able to see the deals. You can, in theory, if you're a banker or something, have multiple deals you've submitted to this family office or fund, and they will all show up for you right here. So that is how you, as an opportunity representative, get deals into a funds instance of Deal Pipeline.